band, horns up. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3.
Greetings, Bearcat supporters. I'm Corey Orr, the former Director of Athletics for the Forest Municipal School District. This special project is going to recognize 100 years of Forest football. You will see and hear some of the interesting names and faces of the Bearcat coaches and players who made this program one of the most storied in the state of Mississippi. I hope you will enjoy this centennial celebration documentary of Forest football. Thank you.
One, two, three, four.
A century of Forest Bearcat football is in the books. As the decades chronicled in this documentary have revealed, Forest will be in for even more success in this new century. I would like to thank once again all of the former players, coaches, administrators, band members, cheerleaders, homecoming queens, fans, and all supporters who helped make Forest football what it is, one of the most storied programs in the state of Mississippi. I hope you enjoyed this production. Go Bearcat! Go Bearcat! Go Bearcat! Go Bearcat!
A year and a half, year and 8.
About a year.
Everybody was going.
About Coach Bradley's funeral, wasn't it? This bunch has been that close ever since. So, I mean, that was part of the thing in high school, that we were all so close. I mean, small school, everybody knew each other, went to school together, church together, and it was just a tight-knit family.
Got in trouble together.
Got in trouble together.
Our coaches were our parents too.
Well, I did enough for all of you. So.
I would hate to coach high school during these days. We had it made.
It was a blast.
If our coach had coaches in this day and time, they would put him in jail.
He'd be on.
You know, it was really special, especially because I had played there too and played the same position. It was nerve-wracking, but it was really neat. It was an experience that I would wish any parent would have the opportunity to experience.
Well, I mean, I just remember as a kid, you know, going over to my grandparents' house and looking through old scrapbooks and reading articles, and he had his old Forest number 12 jersey, and I mean, from the time I was 5 years old, I just wanted to be a quarterback at Forest and wear number 12. So I think it is cool that we both wore that number. He was always in the yard with me, you know, throwing the ball, and he taught me the basic fundamentals of playing the position, and that's a memory that I'll always cherish those times.
My best memory was probably the first game that I started as a junior. We were playing at Neshoba Central. We were down 7 points into the game, had a last-minute drive, scored, went for 2, and won the game. It was kind of hard to top that.
That's tough. You know, we had a special group. You know, we made it to South State in 03. We went undefeated in the regular season as a junior. Played with a lot of great teammates, but probably my favorite game would be Hazelhurst sophomore year, third round of the playoffs, and we were able to come back, last minute drive, win the game, and go to South State.
McBride, but known as Pete McBride, so a lot of people didn't want to, they messed my name up. So yeah, played at Forest from, I've been at Forest high school from '97, I believe, to 2001. But played running back, kickoff return, punt return, special teams, stuff like that. Strong safety. Well, what made playing football at Forest High so special? Well, first of all, before I came, I had cousins, uncles, all that came before me, and growing up, all me and my buddies talk about, oh man, we want to play. We can't wait till we get to high school to play, win a championship, and and continue the legacy. We had good coaches, good players. The whole community was like gathered around us and stuff like that. So we wanted to keep everything going that was already before,
Being one of a handful of the first black players for Forest, what was that experience like for you?
It was a great experience. When we first integrated, we came over for school really started. We was getting ready for football, so we did 2-a-days, and it was pretty hot and pretty tough, but it was okay, and getting used to the new players. They getting used to us. We didn't really have a whole lot of issues. Just really practice, a lot of practice.
Tell me about the transition from E.T. Hawkins to Forest High School.
Well, when we first heard that we was integrating, it was a little bit of concern, that was how's everything gonna go, when we get over there. But once we got over here, we was treated good. Everybody was treated on the same level. Didn't have any issue with the teachers, the players, the students. Everybody seemed to got along pretty good.
Probably a very serious and proud feeling just because of the players that wore the jersey before me. So it's very proud feeling just being a Bearcat.
Having on the red and white and blue, it just makes me feel different types of feelings. Makes me excited, makes me also feel kind of nauseous because of the fear of making mistakes.
It's indescribable. Just feeling, want to win, want to help your brothers out. Pride. It's a hard feeling to describe.
Off the field, I say trust in God, follow whatever He got planned for you. And on the field, just do everything, just go hard at everything you do, and just do everything at a higher extent, and do everything like it's your last time doing it.
Just indescribable feelings of just putting the uniform on because of, I know past players that put the same uniform on. It's just a very proud, just amazing feeling. Just proud to be a Bearcat.
Having on the uniform on, it just makes me very proud, excited, and just ready to handle business and do what I do.
Game day, it's a lot of feelings. You get nervous, you're excited, you're ready to play. You want to play for your brothers, play for pride. Ultimately, just want to win.
Lessons off the field, I leave for the Bearcats. I tell them to follow their truths and follow God at all times, and put your trust in God and put God first. And on the field, I say you just just play your game. Just be comfortable with yourself. Be comfortable with your teammates and play for your teammates and do everything you do at a hard extent and a high level. And just play your game, play it, and just have fun in everything you do.
Just a lot of adrenaline feelings, just very proud feelings. You know, putting the uniform on, because I know past Bearcats has wore the uniform, and it's just a very proud moment to be a Bearcat and go out on that field.
No terrible.
I live to.
Coach, you are undoubtedly the winningest coach in program history. What do you attribute your success to?
A lot of good players and several good coaches to help me out. You know, just good timing.
You didn't have a single losing season and you brought home state championships in 92, 93, and 99. Those three teams, do you have a particular favorite?
Well, they're all favored in some way. First of all, in 92, we'd never won a male state championship until then. So that was something that I kind of knew we were going to do it. I just didn't know how long it was going to take, and it took 6 years. And so that was pretty special to be able to do that. And you know, Forrest was in it the first year of the state championships. We were in the finals, and it took that was 12 years it took to get back there, and then to win it. You know, and I could go on and on about those kids. I don't know if you got time, but they came from a group that Gary Risher started them in the 7th grade down at the middle school, and Gary and we must have had every boy in the school out because we had 60 kids, and that was just in 1 grade. Well, back up, I think it was 50. I think we had 50 guys. One day we had a jamboree on a Saturday. That's how much we loved football back then. And we didn't have, we were going to play on 3 fields. We were going to play on game field, a practice field. We were going to have another group going on the band field. We lined it off real good. So we needed one more team where everybody could keep playing and nobody'd be on bye. Everybody just be moving, play on all 3 fields, play against each other. So our 2 teams that were split, we were not scored on by anybody. And I think we did our share of scoring against everybody, both teams. And there was one noticeable, real good running back we had that every time he touched the ball, he got 10 yards or more, and he was never tackled. He either scored or ran out of bounds. And so we took pretty special note of him. And then the best looking lineman in the group, both of those quit. They didn't make it. So when they were in the 8th grade, it was about 40 of them left. And when they were as they went on through, they kept falling off. And we had 10 seniors that day we won that state championship. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't know that there's ever been 10 people ever on anybody's team, I'd put them up against anyone, that got after football the way those 10 did. Remember now, they done put 40 or 50 of them, you know, in the road. And those guys were champions. Even if we hadn't outscored Pontotoc that day, those guys were still champions. So then you come think about the 93 group was a little, you know, they had just as many guys and more of them made it. In fact, I don't remember 15 or 20 of those seniors. And you know, being able to repeat, it's always hard, but one, we had the talent. That was a very talented group, maybe more than the ones ahead of them. But they also had the resolve that they were going to repeat. Well, we still had it, but we kind of hung ourselves out, or we'd have three-peated, but we kind of ran out of linemen. We had some fair ones, but not like these two groups before them. So, but anyway, the 92 and the 93, they were all special. But the 94 team was undefeated in the regular season. And, by today's rules, they would have been 11-0. Because we had a team that I will not name that bought out a contract. And so, anyway, and that's a long story, but you run into those kinds of things once in a while. Then you take the 99 group. I think, they just fed off. They were young guys when the back-to-back happened, and I think that ever since they were in middle school, just like the 92 group, they told me before they graduated in 92, they said, "Coach, you remember that day you came down and spoke to us at the middle school, and you said, someday, some group, Forest, Mississippi, is going to win a state championship." He said, "You didn't know it, but that day after you left, we got together and we said it was going to be us." Well, I feel like, maybe that happened in the 93 group, and I'm sure it happened in the 99 group, because some of those guys, they slept, ate, drank football. I mean, it just, they were hungry to be good. And they had some pretty good talent as well, and especially in the defensive front. We were pretty awesome there. And then we had an injury to the guy that was really the best, Reggie White, was making all the tackles, and we lost him about game 4. And but we got that filled up and kept on rolling with Bill and Corey Hayes, and so anyway, it was a good group too. And so, did I have a favorite? Yeah, any of them that pulled off what they did. And I'll tell you this: the 99 group had the biggest mountain to climb when they got to the finals, because they were playing a juggernaut. I mean, and then we came out second half, and that paper over there says we scored 28 points unanswered, and wound up winning 36-23, and of course Shannon was making a comeback after that, but we had the ball so much, in the third quarter, and we put up so many points, and just kept on, like I said, Marcus Lee, Pete McBride doing the scoring, but it was a great team effort, and we beat a really, really strong football team. The scouting report on them had been, Shannon had won it in 2006, and Romero Miller was their quarterback, and then his second cousin, Ken Tox, was the quarterback that we faced, and he signed with Mississippi State, and he's really, really good quarterback, and we sacked him a couple of 3 times maybe, and pressured him, and it was Big Bill Wells. They kind of picked on him, and so we for the first time, our defense that we were running back then, anybody could be in cover, but we never asked Bill to be in cover. But at halftime, that was one adjustment we made, and rather than him being at quarterback's face, he was in the screen face, and so it worked out pretty good for us. And anyhow, that's a long answer, but I favor all three of them.
Bo Sweet, Bo, come on! 2 minutes.
Being a head coach here at Forest High School and also being an alum playing here, being on the championship team here is it's amazing. It's an experience that many people don't get to have. I'm definitely grateful and very thankful for this opportunity.
Water!
Well, I can tell you the foundation already has been set at Forest. All we did was come in and frame this thing up and get it back rolling like it's supposed to be from day one.
Good job right there. Good protection, O-line. Good job. Good coverage.
You made history as the first African-American head football coach here at Forest. What does that mean to you?
My response to it is not many black African-Americans in the community that are leaders the kids can actually look up to. So I definitely am grateful for the opportunity to be able to give back to the community. Most memorable as a player, round 2, playing Franklin County, we down 14 points. And our starting quarterback that started for the state championship team went down. And somebody had to rise to the occasion, and the coach believed in me, put the ball in my hand, and I found a way to come back and decrease the 14-point deficit that we was behind, and we found a way to win that football game.
Walk it, walk it, walk it! Not so tight, pass! Pass! Pick it off!
Don't score, please score. Don't score, guys.
Hey, 1! Thank God, thank God, thank you, God. Thank you, God.
My name is Keelan Johnson. Played here for 4 years, a 4-year letterman. Played defensive tackle and offensive line. One of the greatest ever come through, I feel like.
Keelan, you guys had an excellent season in 08, almost winning the state championship. Tell us about this season.
Coming up short in 08 was probably one of the most unforgettable moments that has ever happened to me. Is getting all the way to the state championship undefeated and losing the last game is something real, very, very unforgettable. Something I can't generally, something I feel like that I kind of hold dear to my heart. It's a hole that needs to be filled. I think that's why I'm here to coach.
Did you ever think you would make it back to Forest as a coach and mentor to children?
At some point I did, because I had a hole to fill, and I felt like that I could come back and make it back to the state championship game to fill that void and give that feeling to the kids.
Was teaching and coaching a career path for you?
Teaching and coaching wasn't a career path for me. I always felt like I was pushing it toward the NFL, but that definitely didn't work out. So giving back to the kids was one of the big reasons why I coach.
I'll tell you what this going to do with your life. He looked at me, it's kind of funny, and I told him, I said, if the guys that I grew up with and hung out with, if we didn't do it or think about doing it, it wasn't worth doing. Because we invented having a large tax. That's way back.
But as one of the younger ones in this group, you know, y'all set the example for us to follow. And I say that, and honestly, all this stuff going on with drugs and things now, I never saw any drugs when I was in high school. None. Not the first. Saw plenty of cans of beer. But, yeah. But I didn't like it, so y'all didn't influence me too much. But remember though, back in spring training, when it would be wet and cold, we would go to the cattle barn, the show barn, and we'd practice.
And then you'd go by 6 cities afterwards.
But I felt like, okay, I had to at least make myself known that I was there. And so they do one-on-one in cow barns, right in the gate, and you got much room to move and get out of the way. And Drew Hunt sits there and gets in there, and I jump in there and volunteer. Of course, he killed me. And that's why I got asthma today. All that dust kicking up that stuff. But when it was over with, it was so hot and dusty in there, we had literally drank water off the ground where it was gray rocks and water puddled up. Drank the rock.
In that barn before y'all got there.
Yeah, I know. But I told my grandson when he was a freshman, I said, if you want to get an opportunity, at least be known that you want to play. Yeah. You're going to get your butt whipped, but the biggest, strongest guy gets up there one-on-one, you jump down there with him. Well, unfortunately, he got a concussion. And then he got another one during the kickoff during the game, and his career ended. But
good advice from Granddad.
Well, the first one, I was a sophomore, and my brother was a senior, and I didn't play a whole lot in that one. We played McGee and beat them 40-something or like 20-something. That was our first Little Dixie championship, and also the first of 3 wins in a row against Morton. But again, I didn't play a lot in that ball game, but we had some very good seniors. I mean, excellent seniors. Many of them went to Division I and junior college ball. So it was just an honor to get to play with them and practice with them. Well, the best Golden Chicken experience is actually the third one because our group was the first group to take the chicken home. So we won, our particular class, we went 31-1 in the 3 years. But we were the first group to take that first chicken home, but the roots for good. So I think that's the best experience. And then of course the ball game our junior year, if you want to get into something that was, really interesting, is right before halftime, we were down 7-3, and Coach Trisher had Mike Massey come in and kick a 41-yard field goal. And Mike, you crazy, but he did it, he made it. When we looked at the film, we see we got Willie Bowie out there split to the right. We had 12 men on the field, they didn't catch it. But then in the second half, Bobby Latham blocked a punt, and Joe Buddy Madden recovered it for the touchdown, and we won 10-7.
In the end zone. End zone. Did it go out of bounds? It's end zone? Yeah, good. Good keep.
Forest football means a lot. Being a former player, coming up through the ranks as a young guy, getting to experience that, and then starting my junior year, getting a step on the field and getting some playing time, and now coming back, being a teacher, and then assistant principal, and now principal here at Forest High. Forest football means everything to me. It means a lot to me. It meant a lot to my past as a player, and now watching our young men that walk these halls come and turn into men. Forest football means everything to me. Starting out being a former student here at Forest High School, and then going on to playing, and just the camaraderie that we had as brothers on the field, and just meant so much to me. Just gave me something to be a part of, a family, and just that fraternity that you're a part of when you put on that Bearcat uniform. Once you're a Bearcat, you're always a Bearcat, I believe. And now being as a educator that got to come back and had the opportunity to come back to my home school, and now getting to watch Forest has kind of had some rough patches here lately, but now after this past season we just had, and really seeing the pride being restored and going deep in the playoffs where Bearcats are supposed to be. And so Bearcat football means everything. I just love to see it. It's more than just the wins and losses, more than the trophies, more than the championships. It's young guys, young boys turning into men on that football field and finding who they are and fighting and just turning into just great young men through the process. Principal was not on my radar at all, but I'd never dreamed that I would be here and sit in this seat as Forest High School principal here. I've always loved Forest. It means a lot, and that was a great opportunity, and glad to be back here and being in the role that I am now. I was most school spirited when I was in high school, and just so it means a lot. The red and blue means a lot to me and to my family, and my children go here, and so Forest means a lot. And so I'm proud to be sitting in this seat. Never was it necessarily a dream to be principal, never nothing that was really on my radar, but just kind of where God led me, kind of where He placed me, and I'm just going to serve while I'm here to the best of my ability.
Number 6.
When you put on that Forest red and white, what feelings go through your head?
A lot of feelings, actually. Excitement, joy. It's not my right to be able to have it on, but it's a privilege to have it on.
Game day, first it starts off as a nervous feeling, but once you see your teammates beside you, get excited, ready to play for them, ready to win.
First, I want to tell y'all to trust God, walk in existence with God, and have God in y'all presence. And the lesson on the field, I want to tell y'all to just play hard and just do everything at a certain extent, and play for each other, and play for your family, and play for yourself, and just do everything just accordingly to how you are in the moment, and just lead yourself by example.
Your team won the Little Dixie Championship, and I'm sure that was a very memorable time for you, but what was the most memorable time for you as a player at Forest High School?
Some of my plays that when I ran back kickoffs for 70, 80 yards, punt return, and some of the long passes I caught from some of my quarterbacks. And I guess it was kind of a catch and go play where I catch the ball and throw it to another player coming back and caught the ball for a touchdown. So I guess those were some of the memorable things that I remember as far as sports.
What were your coaches like?
We had some good coaches, real good coaches. Coach Richard, Coach Clark, and Coach Deal. They was pretty tough out there on the field now. You was ready, they put you on the field. If you wasn't, they didn't, believe me. And Coach Richard, he was real high on academics as far as your grades and so forth. Every time report cards came out, he meet you at the gate before you come to practice. He wants to see it. So I'm not going to tell you what happened if your grades weren't good. I didn't experience that. I did pretty good on my grades. I wasn't an A student, but I never got a Paladin. Yeah.
I'm Robin Risher, and I'm the son of Gary Risher, the late Gary Risher. He was the head football coach for Forest Bearcat in their only undefeated 1970 season. He was hard-nosed. He was tough. I've seen him take these big old boys by a face mask and with a piece of black water pipe just beat them down. But they still loved him because they knew he loved them. He's hard-nosed and fair. Hard-nosed. He's on resignation in prison right now. I didn't do what anybody else told me except him. And I had respect for him. He demanded it, but he earned it as well. So many of them. I was a little boy. I hung around these guys that y'all gonna hear from today, the players, and they just took me in. I was their mascot. There were ditches out there by the field house, and I would catch crawdads in them ditches and they would get them and put them in each other's lockers and things like that. But I was part of the team. Just the favorite thing was just being part of something good.
Go score, boy. Let's go. One. Good job.
He did it too.
And to this day, I feel like we still got a good friendship.
Yeah.
We do. But I enjoyed it. It was competition.
Malin hit you from the side, from the back.
Him away Clark both.
Yeah, they were both.
You got knees left through.
Malin didn't care if it was from the front or the back. He just stayed.
I tell you, lucky you got knees.
I like to tell everybody how hard I was hitting one time. I was never hurt that bad blocking somebody until I got in front of Lee Hunt. He hit me with the 4-0.
Brother.
I saw stars for 2 hours.
One hand.
Wow.
And never played. He played two. He got in 2 snaps and he never snapped the ball in 3 years.
I don't know why.
There was a penalty both times and he never played 1 snap.
I don't know why, because they could show it.
But every time a visitor or somebody show up, they put Leith and I together in that cage with a 2x4 roof on it. And he would hit you like heck and never got in a game.
I didn't realize that.
He got in 2 snaps and they had penalties on. I think they were extra points or something. You know, he was in the group that walked off.
Senior years played in position. Drew Hunt played, graduated in 70, so I played the 67, 68, 69 season. And the defensive end, offensive tackle, both ways.
Tell us about your most memorable time as a Forest Bearcat football player.
I think it's our senior year. Our sophomore year, we went like 1-9. We got embarrassed everywhere we went. Junior year, we went 8-3, and we knew we were special from junior high. We would practice separate as seniors. When we were sophomores, we practiced separate after practice, and so we knew we were special. And our senior year, we went undefeated. We had 1 tie, which was embarrassing. But, we had a great senior year and went on one Little Dixie Conference. And just that was one of my best memories, I think, the Little Dixie Conference game.
And in that Little Dixie Conference championship game, obviously, Forest got the win. What was significant about that night for you?
We got a chance to really shine. There was a guy on our team who's not here today named Wade Clark. And Wade kept telling me, he went both ways. And Wade kept telling me the first quarter, he said, make something happen, do something big. We got to turn this game around. And we finally had a big play and caught the quarterback in the backfield and abused him pretty badly. And from then on, the team picked it up and it just went to a really good ball game. We had a good team, put on a show down there that night. Had a good game.
Single receiver side. So we need to be running ZL.
Yeah, we are.
ZL correct for me. ZL Omaha right. ZL Omaha right.
All right.
My name is Nash Nunnery. The title of my book is Magnolia Gridiron Cathedrals. Well, actually, I played on the field one time. I was a rival of Forest when I played at Clinton, and I just was taken by how beautiful the field was and how well kept it was, and it just caught my attention. I just thought it needed to have a place in the book. Well, I'd always had an interest in old fields, whether it would be in professional baseball like Wrigley Field or Fenway Park in Boston. And then as I got older, I could go into high school football games or playing in different places. I just enjoyed the history of some of these places that I played at, and just fell in love with older things, older fields.
Far as high school football mean to me, I mean togetherness. It means coming together as a team, getting a lot of camaraderie to show brotherly love or community love at Forest. Do I ever think I would become president of Forest Municipal School District School Board? No. During the early part of my life career, I never concentrated on my engineering career, never thought about schooling, becoming president. I relied on the expertise of the teachers and administrators to know what they were doing. I never thought I'd be involved in decision makings, and has been a journey. It's well perceived journey for us learning the ins and outs of it. I've been with the school board since 2015 at Forest Municipal School District, and it is very challenging, you know, from a political perspective, from a community perspective. Everyone, you know, have individual ideals on how their students or their kids, children, should be educated. And one thing we have to learn as a community is trust. You got to trust the process that the school put in place, the administrators. We have individuals with master's degrees, doctorate degrees that we depend on. They know much, much more about the educational field than we do. So we have to trust that they're making the right decision. And the data will show that the decisions they are making is the best decision for the students. And that's the main objective here for us being on the school board or being in the school system, is what's best for the students. Best football memory as far as high school. As a 1980 graduate at Forest High School, playing against our arch rival Martin my senior year. We went into overtime and we won 22-20 in overtime. And just me being the most valuable player at that time, just hitting those guys. That's what it's about. It was just good fun. But now, some of the guys that I did not like at Martin are some of my best friends. You know, in high school, we have this grudge. Oh man, I do not like them. But then we go to college, and then in the real world, just real nice guys, real nice guys. But I'm a competitor on the field. I'm not their friend. But outside, oh man, I would give them a dime if that's my last. High school, I graduated in 1980, so I played football from 77 to 79, so during the football season. So I guess you could say 77 to 80 for my high school years. Running back, and as short and as small as I was, defensive back, and put me on the defensive line for whatever reason. I was quick, I was good.
Named Michael Townsend, played 04 through 06, played wide receiver and cornerback.
Like, you were a part of an explosive offense in 04. What was that experience like for you?
Oh, it was great. Actually, that was my first year of playing high school ball. I didn't play my freshman year. I started out playing my sophomore year. Had new coaches come in, new schemes, just a whole different atmosphere at that time.
What was the football Friday like?
Man, it was great. Just for the fans to be there, my family to be there. I always heard my mom in the crowd. I mean, you know, as a young kid, when the lights come on Friday night, that's the best moments that you can ask for.
Tell me about the best golden chicken game.
I'd say my best golden chicken game was probably 04 year. Like I say, I was probably one of the youngest on the team at that time. Had a lot of seniors, a lot of great athletes, and just going in and be up under them, playing my best. I remember one play, Derek Qualls, he kind of motivated me a little bit. He said, hey, we got to have this game. And when he told me that, hey, I sucked it up. We went out there and we played with some of the best athletes at Martin, and we came out victorious.
You experienced some sweet revenge against McGee in the championship season of 1999. Tell us about that.
Man, McGee. To this day, anybody who knows me, wife, friends, whatever, when I go through McGee, I always give them a salute. Cause we battled them, you hear me? I never forget it. That year that we won, put it like this, the previous year, before we won, we played them in South State. They beat us in McGee. We come back the next season, we played them at home, at our house. They beat us, I think, 12-0. Think about this. Later on, that same season, we had to play them again for South State. And man, when I tell you, we battled, but we got that revenge, you hear me? And like I said, we knew we could beat them, but it was just a point, like we was kind of like, we got to get these guys now, because we felt like we gave them one when they came here and beat us. Well, I think they beat us 12-0 or something like that. They called one of our touchdowns back that Big Bill had scored. So yeah, it was worth it, man. Like we was actually like pumped up for that. So
You played for a state championship that year as well. Tell us about that game.
Well, that state championship game, man, we battled, man. We had some, we played against a good team, which was Shannon Raiders. They had a good quarterback, Ken Tops. I'm friends with him on Facebook, man. He's the head coach at Shannon now. Me and him talk here and there. And man, when I tell you, we was going at it, and at halftime we were down. We were down at halftime. And we all, like I said, we had so much. This goes to show you how far it was and still is. Like, we were down. We had some of the older guys that came in there that played before us and won championship. They came in at halftime talking to us like, hey, y'all got to get it, motivating us. And we came out. I never forget when we walked out. It was me and Marcus Lee. Marcus Lee was he was the fullback. I was the tailback. And we looked at each other. We was walking out. We said, hey, man, we got to do it somehow, some way. And he started off, and everybody else just followed suit. Me and all the other players, everybody just followed suit. It wasn't just no one man show. We all got in there together. Like, we put our heads together. We just made it happen, man.
You and your teammates reunited this year to honor that 1999 championship game. How was that for you?
Oh man, when I tell you, it was a dream come true. Like, some of us, like, we still keep in contact, but it's some that, everybody moved. Some people moved away. Everybody, different jobs and stuff. Some people couldn't make it. Some made it. So, but for the ones who made it, man, we had a very good time. We had a nice time catching up, and like I said, we still talk to each other to this day. Like, man, we was reminiscing out there with the coaches, the players, Chili's, the whole nine, man. It was brought back all kind of memories.
Well, it's got to be one that's personal to me. There's so many great ones, but as far as me personally, it had to be back to my senior year, and it's one of those that our season didn't go as we planned. We had a great season the year before. Went to second round, had a lot of seniors, and came back and to kind of rebuild. And we only won 2 games. Going into the Morton game, and of course it's all about the golden chicken, and you can throw the records out the window. And that year was kind of the same thing. We were definitely the underdogs, but we had nothing else other to play for than to bring the chicken home and spoil their season. And so we rolled over there to Morton and we jumped on them 21-0. Kind of really caught them by surprise. Maybe caught ourselves by surprise how well we played, and ended up coming down to the wire. Morton came back a little bit on us, and we were tie ball game late in the game, and we had a young kicker, a freshman, an Hispanic kid who spoke 0 English, and I don't think he knew what was on the line. I don't think he had a clue what was on the line, what was about to transpire. 30-yard field goal, first field goal he attempted all year, 30 yards from the left hash. And I was on the line blocking, and next thing I know, I hear the football kick, looked up, it went straight through the uprights. Won the game, and after the game, the little gridiron show came down to interview him. He didn't speak any English, had no idea that what he just did won the game, I don't think. And it was just an awesome moment, and going out on top, beating Morton my senior year, even though it wasn't the senior year I had dreamed of, going out with a win against Morton always makes things a little sweeter. So I played, I believe started 2004 would have been my freshman year, and then up until 2003, and then my last football season was 2006. I played with many guys, great players, and people that have gone on to do many things around the community. Had a head football coach over at Sebastopol, he was our quarterback. You got Michael Townsend, who's highway patrolman here, DQ Qualls, highway patrolman. Tyler Walters, former Bearcats, assistant principal over in Florence. So just a lot of a lot of cool guys that we all went on to do some great things, and I think Forest football had a piece of that. For people that just didn't have the opportunity to be a part of the program like this, I hate it for them, but it means a lot to a lot of people. And 4 state championships is great and is awesome, and we definitely brag about those and all the gold chickens we won over the years. But I definitely owe a lot to my former coaches and people that were part of the program and kind of helped get the program to where it was. And I owe a lot of that to them because it made me who I am today. And I think there's a lot of guys out there that can say that they're successful, a lot to do with what they learned through playing football here at Forest High School and what was taught to them on that football field. So
it's one of many of the trophies that I received. This one's in track. Ran the 100-yard dash, 440-yard dash, 220-yard dash. I got a scholarship to go to Mississippi Valley State for track and football, but I had trophies in football and track. But I tell you what, once you get my age, it's hard to keep up where they at, to be honest with you. So it's there, packed away somewhere, but this is just one of them. But I'm still trying to hold on to some of these souvenirs. Yep.
Well, Forest is a special place. At least it was during my time there. It was, believe it or not, I never really dreamed about being a coach at all. I think there were other things that I wanted to do. But just daydreaming when I was a kid. And this started, I think, when I got to East Central. I would meet these guys from Forest. They were just a little different. They'd all played back in the Gary Risher and names I'm doing bad with today. But the Ken Bramlett days, that's right. And anyway, those were 2 good football coaches. And it so happened that was also the time, that of desegregation. And Forrest handled that in a pretty good way. And Bo Clark was involved in all that, and they came through it, I think, the right way. And they went back-to-back Big 8 championships, the last segregated team and the first desegregated team. And that, I think that speaks volumes for how much they love sports and football in particular at Forest, and just how they seem to breed and rear champions. Now, there were no state championships back then, but I think had it been, they'd have made a strong run at it, and I think would have won it, in their class. And who's to say about things like that? But all those guys just impressed me and as winners. So in my daydreams, I would dream, and I never dreamed of 3 places I'd want to coach if I were a coach. And one of those was Forest. And for God to send me there, thankfully he used Richard Hill and got me to Forest, and my family as well. And so it was a good place for me. I considered strongly just making it my home forever. And then it went through a chain of events that just kind of moved me for family reasons, and now then for some stronger family reasons, I came back to Mississippi, but, you know, not to Forest, but, you know, Forest was special then, still special to me now in my heart. And, you know, I don't see any way, but, you know, God's the one that sees the ways and makes the ways. And so, anyway, it's a place I like to go back to and see the folks, and we all had a good time together for 14 years, and I've just now eclipsed my record. I've lived in this little area right here for 14 years and 1 month now. But you know, that kind of, I don't know if that means anything or not, but even if I live another 14 years here, I think, you know, I'll still have a big place in my heart for Forest.
So I just want y'all to just understand and trust in God and just live life and just have fun.
I think class 2025 brought back the Forest football tradition, brought back the golden chicken home, and won district champs. Hasn't been done in a long time. And went to South State. Hasn't been done since 2010.
We're the first 4A team to do all that.
Yep. First 4A team to do all that.
Yes, sir.
It means a tremendous amount to this community. The Pride of Forest has been a long-standing tradition, along with the high school, the athletic teams, a big supporter of the football team through its successes through the years, and the band has a long history of being a superior group. There are numerous residents in this town that are senior citizens that were in the band way back when, and they keep up with what the band does. They keep up with the successes. They support the young people that are in the Pride of Forest now, and so it means a tremendous amount to this community. Oh boy, it's been a tremendous honor. This is a great school district to work for. I've experienced nothing but tremendous support and backing from our administrators, and it's been a wonderful experience. I've had great people to work with, a great faculty, great assistant band directors, and most of all, wonderful students.
Somebody spent a lot of time here, man, because it really got a lot of information in here. As far as research, they went back and interviewed a lot of good players, and you want to know what went on in Forest High during these years. This book has some good information in there, as far as giving you an update on, you know, everybody's life and history of, you know, what they went through Forest High and how great they played and things they experienced.